Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast, a podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. Before we proceed, subscribe, follow on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and Apple Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube, X, TikTok, and Instagram as well. XRD Corner Kick Pod. Instagram and TikTok, the Red Devils Corner Kick Pod. Well, it is well over 24 hours since the draw against Fulham. And like last week's loss to Arsenal, the fallout seems worse than it was last week. A few things to talk about today, and some of it has been resulted of the fallout from yesterday's draw. Mainoo news, potentially leaving, or the rumor is, as well as the rumored salary negotiations apparently have come out. Hojlund is on his way out. From what it looks like here, everything is slowly showing that he's heading to Napoli, as almost everything has been agreed upon. Bruno Fernandes, yesterday was horrendous for him. If you listen to yesterday's episode, gave him a rating of 5. There's talks of him benching. Obviously, that's linked to Mainoo. So Mainoo, Bruno go hand in hand. Also, rumors of Saudi is back again. This is the third time we'll be mentioning this, as well as, what happened up to the the Europa League final, as well as a little bit in mid of the summer, and then now here we are again with the transfer window almost near the end, and I believe the Saudi transfer window goes about a week or so after ours, so after the European one, I believe, closes out. So, and then lastly, the Amorim out movement is larger than what it is supposed to be, but it's here we are again. And I know last night it kind of went on a moment there after the preview with a little bit of a rant, but there's a lot to discuss. So basically, some of my segments are going to be combined together, but they are all linked, especially Kobe, Bruno, and Ruben. But let's just get into Rasmus Hojlund first. So Rasmus, the deal to Napoli seems like it's already in the books. It sucks that this is the end for Rasmus. I am happy that he's going to be getting an opportunity at a good club. And listen, I like to wish him all the best. From what I've been reading here, it sounds like he is going to be on loan with an option to buy. From what I read this afternoon, so we'll be getting some funds there, I believe so, and a loan fee. But all signs have been reporting that over the next couple of days, Rasmus Hojlund will be on his way out of Manchester United on loan with an option to buy, which I read earlier kicks in January from some of the reports that I read. I am trying to pull up some of the news articles here if I can get a better reading. So let's just take a look here. I know I saw the deal. I think I saw £39 million is what I saw earlier today, but everything is showing that he is heading to Napoli, which it does suck, but it's still working, to say the least. But it looks like all signs are pointing to Rasmus on his way out from what I've been seeing in the news today, and it's tough. Again, I would have liked to keep him for depth, obviously with Sancho, Antony, Garnacho situations. They haven't been sold yet. As much as you had lots of teams looking at all three, they have been player power and choosing the clubs that they want. Sancho seems to be not going to Roma from what I've been reading, despite all that. I know Turkey has been putting his interest in as well. So we have that. There have been clubs going in for Antony, but Antony only wants Real Betis, and there's talks that there is a permanent deal potentially being worked at right now from that. But yeah, losing Rasmus is tough. All right, here's an article. So because again, it looks like here, okay. Proposed deal includes a conditional obligation to buy for around £40 million plus a loan fee, which could see Manchester United earn up to £45 million from the transfer. There's also talks that Rasmus will be receiving a wage increase. So it looks like here Rasmus is currently on £85,000 before tax, and then potential rise to a net of $155 per week before tax. So he's going to be making not almost double, but like it seems pretty close. So he's getting out of the club. He's going to a club that just won Serie A, and he is making a bunch of money from it. Kind of a win-win. United, hopefully with the obligation to buy, that's $40 million next year, plus we get $5 million included with the transfer fee from what I'm seeing. So that helps the books, to say the least, in terms of Rasmus Hojlund. Obviously, you know how much Manchester United paid for him, but it is, in the end, it's looking like a good deal for United. But again, tough to have him go. Hopefully he's successful at Napoli. Hopefully he gets sold. Hopefully he helps us in the book. Hopefully we don't get a send back. That's what I'm I'm hoping that he is successful. I hope it helps him develop as well. So, but yeah, and again, it's tough to see him go. I would have loved to see him there, work, battle it out, but obviously with the way the season's going and not playing European football, his minutes would have been limited. It would have been tough. Xerxes is going to be barely getting any minutes as well. So, but yeah, it is tough in the end. But I do wish him well. Hopefully everything goes well with the deal, and hopefully he has success. He's used to Serie A. He's played with Scott McTominay before. He knows of Kevin De Bruyne. So he knows what he's going to be doing when he gets there. So he's familiar. He has a teammate there that's going to help him out, which is key overall. Let's now, I just wanted to get that out there before we go into the deep conversation. Now, Kobe, Bruno, Ruben Amorim are all tied together. Like I can go segment to segment to segment, but this segment here is just going to be the big one, basically the chunk of the episode, with everything that's been going on. And yeah, let's get into what's happened. It's basically Fallout 2 or Fallout. Yeah, how would I word this out? Yeah, Fallout 2.0. Let's call it that. So, as I mentioned, we're well over 24 hours from the lovely draw against with Fulham yesterday. I did go in last night's episode. I talked about how tough it is for Craven Cottage, how well Fulham did play. I gave them credit because credit is due. Man United did not play well. Kobe didn't play. Bruno didn't play. Amorim is definitely under fire with Game 2. Everyone's bringing up his first 29 games as a Manchester United manager. It's never easy being a fan of this club, and it's never easy being with this fan group. It's just incredible. it's a new season. Last year, yeah, like, but let's get into it. Today, there has been talks of Kobe Mainoo potentially leaving. And I know nobody wants that. I know nobody wants to see him leave. Nobody wants to have it like he is a talented player. He is. But it's just everything that we see going on the field. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We're only seeing 50% of what's going on. And obviously we saw no minutes for no minutes for Kobe in the first two games. 0. It's tough to see that, but we saw the post conference there of Ruben basically saying it's a competition. But now today, whether this is media driven, fan driven, everything, like there's been a few things going on with Kobe. There's a report of $180,000 per week. That's what he's been wanting for a contract. When I was doing my research and everything, I was looking at the Manchester United salaries. 180 would make him more than Ahmad. That would make him more than Lenny Euro. That would be a lot. So let me see if I can pull it up here if I have it. Yeah, because I saw salary demands, but let me just pull up because I want to see these salaries here. Because it's let me just see what website I was at. I'll use Sports Track. Yeah. Let's see here. Because Kobe is currently making $1.3 million for the year, and he wants to get bumped up to more than that. So let's see here if I can get. Can it not give me the weekly, because that's the one thing I want to see. I want to see it weekly. No, it doesn't give me. It doesn't give me the option for weekly. I want to see it. Let's see if this one gives it to me. Here we go. Yes, this is the one that I was looking at. Okay. Okay, Casemiro's 350, Bruno's 300, Sancho's 250. Those are the three highest earners. Obviously, whatever. But the rumor is Kobe wants 180,000. That would put him with Mateus Cunha. But yeah, that would put him with Mateus Cunha as one of the highest. Because our top 5 highest is Casemiro, Bruno, Jadon Sancho, Mateus de Ligt, Harry Maguire, and yeah, those are our 5 highest. Cunha and him would be tied for 6th. That would put him higher than Sesko. That would put higher than Mbuemo, Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, Maz, Lisandro Martinez, Amad Diallo, Ugarte. So it would be higher than him and Lenny Euro. So, because again, Kobe is currently making $25,000. He wants a $155,000 increase in salary. Now, I hope that's just including like bonuses, everything with Champions League, but that's what it's looking at here. But with the lack of playing time, like, so again, the whole Kobe situation is, again, it's week 2, and I know we don't like. I feel like Ruben is just testing out the waters for these first 3 Prem games, because then after the international break, I think I mentioned it, you're going to see the actual changes that he wants. We're at like our first 2 games, we came out with 1 point, and everyone was to the moon after the Arsenal match, and everyone is down in the dumps after the draw. Everyone played like it was a bad game. Should Kobe leave? No. Should Kobe get more opportunities? He will. Will there be now there's pressure on Bruno, because Bruno had the shittiest game yesterday. Like, you missed the penalty. You have the most bullshit drama with a ref. Like, there was no intent by the ref to ruin his day. I know he said it was an excuse, but to complain about it, you shouldn't have made it. You made it worse than what it was. Not only that, the turnover that he had right after, which almost led to a goal. Also, by the way, he is the reason why, Fulham scored. He didn't cover his man when returning. Left Luke Shaw deep end. He did not track properly and hurt us. I'm not going to say Bruno was the whole reason why we lost, but man, was he a huge contributing factor to the loss. And if you're Kobe Mainoo and you're seeing that and not being subbed on because of that, and I know it's your captain and I know that, it kills you a little bit more. It hurts you as well. Does it hurt him enough that he's going to leave? I don't know. Some people say there could be something going on with Bruno because you have the Saudi situation coming back again. Here we go, round 3. Will he be leaving to head to the Saudi league to play? Question is, we do not know. No offer has been made, just an inquiry. So we don't know. Again, it's tough. Should we sell Kobe Mainoo? I don't want to. If there's a huge, we would be, I'm going to say it, we would be fucked if we lost Mainoo. Because then we're stuck with Casemiro, Bruno, and Ugarte as our only 3 mids. Yeah, that's who we would have for the whole season. You can rely on Mount, cool. And I know I made a suggestion or a comment of Mazraoui playing in that role of Ugarte and Casemiro. But there could be a potential where we have Bruno and Bruno and Kobe start together. But here's another thing as well. Here is another thing. We wouldn't survive with just 3. That would be horrendous to lose, especially with injury. Collier is out on loan. I believe it's West Brom. We don't have there. Kone, who he signed, is recovering from a facial fracture from the incident that happened a couple weeks ago. So he's not going to be there. I know people threw the idea of Licha going there because he played that type of position at Ajax. He won't be there. So we wouldn't have mid. We would be struggling with mid. You can have Mason Mount drop back. So what's the choice? Do you play them together? Do you bench Bruno? We don't know. I am going to be doing my preview episode for Grimsby Town today. I'm going to pre-record it. I will release it tomorrow. But this is the situation that we're here with Manchester United. That's the problem that we're having. It's everything that we want isn't happening. Okay, how do I word? I know I'm going to take that statement back. This is what gets into the fan base and everything. The fan base wants what's not happening, and it does upset them. In yesterday's game, though it is game 2, it is game 2 of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2. There's nothing to panic yet. But game 2, Kobe, who has been a bright youth person, we know what he did when he came on for Ten Hag, helped us win the FA Cup, played extremely well. He definitely did some key things for us this past year. He also did not help us improve and be better this past year. He didn't. He had his struggles too. Like I mentioned, like as much as I know Hojlund's gone, like the whole team was shit last year. Let's just not say it was just this person, this person, this person. Everyone from the keeper to our back three to our wingers to our attack, everyone was shite. They were. We fired a manager there, brought in a manager who brought in a system, wants to try and build things, and it's not like it's gonna take time. And I don't want this episode to be the rant of the year, because my God, if this is the rant of the year, the next game and the game after that and the game after that, I'm gonna have like 85 episodes of rants. It's the truth. Like I know that's a overstatement because we're not going to be playing 85 games, but like 60 rants maybe. Well, no, not 60, like 50s. You really want me to go that long on a rant, like just repeating the same thing again and again and again and again and again and again? Listen, like yesterday's game, everything with the reaction post game, the fallout, it's understandable, but let's relax it a little bit. The Kobe Mainoo issue of him not playing the first two and then hearing that he wants to leave, all this stuff, or he's open to leaving, and that there's clubs paying attention to it. There's that. It's the fallout of a game where he didn't play. Will we be seeing him in Grimsby Town starting? Probably. 100%. You'll have to tune into that episode when I release it, or you just wait until the game on Wednesday. But yeah, and with Bruno, yeah, like I just mentioned earlier, he was absolutely shit. Was he 100% the reason why? No, but he is a contributing factor. There's an article released by The Athletic I saw today talking about Bruno, and for me, my response when talking about Bruno is Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. There are days where he's great, and then there's days where he's absolute trash. And the first game against Arsenal, yep, what we were afraid of, we kind of saw a little bit in Arsenal. And then came Fulham and just boom, straight nosedive. Like I said, it just was horrendous for him yesterday. Again, I rate him as a 5, but again, the missed penalty, the reaction, the way he acted with the ref. I know he owned it and said it's not the reason for the miss, it's not the excuse for the miss, but you just made it something that it's not. Just like the Kobe Mainoo situation is made something that it shouldn't. Just like the rift between Kobe and Ruben, that's more of a that was created out of nothing. Again, we don't know what goes on in that locker room. Like that every day. We're not at Carrington. We don't know what he is seeing. We don't know what's happening between Ruben and Kobe. We don't. Okay. But yeah, like again, Bruno just, when it rains, it pours, and it turned into a flood with him. And I'm not going to, like, we always love to debate what we could have done in that game differently because we now know the result. For all we know, everything that and I heard this earlier today while listening to other channels. If Bruno scores, Cunha scores, are we having this conversation? That's the question. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, are we having that conversation? If we're in that situation, is Bruno taken off just for rest and we have Kobe coming in? Is Ruben under fire if everything that happened? That's the thing, right? Because now we know what happened, and here we are, and things didn't go the way we wanted it to go. And again, I'm like, when I say we, I mean us as a fan base, because I know everyone had different opinions and they wanted certain things. I was understanding why he chose the lineup yesterday, Ruben, and I understand the subs, because he mentioned it, and you look at it, Harry Maguire is always there to get a header in. We know Mount can like play a deeper role, because he said he wanted to get Mount deeper there because we needed the score, and he brought Ugarte in because he needed that type of midfielder in. And obviously Aiden Heaven was on as well. Casemiro wasn't the best. Ahmad wasn't well. Like Ahmad didn't hate on Delo is all you want, but he made the switch because Ahmad wasn't playing well. So yesterday just was a terrible game where we didn't deserve to win, and the other team did deserve to win, but we lost. We drew, but again, I mentioned this as well. It felt like a loss. It was a draw and it was a loss, and it felt like we got blown out. Like, I feel like the attitude of the fallout is like we got blown out like 7-0 by, let's say 7-0 again by Liverpool. Just to put that there. That's what it's looking like here. Now, does Ruben Amorim need to be sacked? No. He doesn't need to go anywhere. One, it's week 2. 2, he hasn't built the squad yet. Yes, he's got his attack. The defense is great. He's been crying out for a midfielder and the goalkeeper. And Lamens looks like he's on his way in. With the way things are going with Rasmus, those funds could potentially be used to Lamens, and now we have the keeper to develop. And man, the world's going to be crying out for that keeper. This Manchester United club, not the club, sorry, this fan base will be crying out for that keeper to start. Because Binder now will be on a microscope. Onana, who's already on a microscope, will even be on a more of a tinier one. He's going to be watched very delicately, or he's basically on his way out from what it could be. And then Binder watched, and Lamens will be on a tighter on a bigger microscope than Binder and Onana. And if Binder screws up, like, they're going to hate Lamens more because they brought him in, not realizing that he is a 21-year-old prodigy who is going to take time to develop. And if Lamens doesn't work off the bat, because some United fans just want stuff now and are not willing to wait for it, they are going to lose it. And they're going to go to Ruben Amorim out again. Get him gone. But you got to remember, he's slowly getting there. Sesko, Cunha, Mbeumo need time. And I guarantee at Burnley, you're going to see those 3 starting. I shouldn't say guarantee. I thought I was going to be guarantee against Fulham. So correction. My apologies for that misunderstanding. But we're going to see those 3 start on Saturday. It's about developing and getting them familiar with. 2, so he has the attack that he wants. He's very comfortable with the back 3. The middle, his wing backs are fine. The middle is what we're looking at, wondering what the F. Casemiro is going to run down his contract. He's gone next year. If Ugarte cannot perform, he is gone next summer. I think Bruno's already on his way out. I think Bruno feels like he should have now be gone already for how he's playing and how he's acting and how things are going. So he is going to be on his way out next summer. Kobe hopefully stays. Collier will be back. So realistically, next summer, we're going to have 2 midfielders. That's wonderful. Hopefully we have funds to buy a midfielder. Hopefully Baliba is the same price as he was this summer. Hopefully, nobody else wants him. Hopefully, Baliba only wants United. There's a lot of hopes, but we don't know. And with all of this, people are not waiting for it because they would rather look at what happened with Ruben from the time that he took over to the loss in the Europa final than be patient with this season. They want him gone by December. Fans, the media. Sir Jim has backed him. I know of fan channels that are backing him. I also see those fan channels as well saying they are now worried about Ruben. Why are we creating this type of environment? Why? Why are we giving power to those fans that are giving more of a voice than to those fans that actually know what we need to do? Like, I know Ruben has threatened to resign himself for not performing well. He is willing to take accountability. But if he is doing that, it's not because the players or anything. It's because us as a fan base, those are pushing him out. And I don't want him gone. I want him to build what needs to be done. I want Sir Jim and Ineos to build what they have planned. 2028 is the goal. To win the Premier League that year. That's what it is. They have a set goal to develop. We have to give time to build that. We need that window to build. But this fan club is not, some of the members of this fan base are not willing for that. Like I mentioned yesterday, and I think I did say it yesterday, those same people that are Ruben Amorim out would have been the same people that would have fired Sir Alex after finishing 13th in his first season. And those same people that would want to have gone would have been ecstatic because he finished second the next year. And then he finishes 11th the following year. They would have called for his head. They would have. They would have went straight after him. So, like, there's no winning in, like, there's winning in sports, but sometimes there's just no winning as a fan. So the question is everyone jumping ship? Like, I'm not. I'm still backing the manager. I still believe he can lead it, like, do a good job. He even said it's gonna be like this. Are you shocked that his words meant something? Are you shocked that, he was telling the truth? Are you not realizing that he was going to say this was going to happen? You want him out and you want him gone because he's not doing what you want, but he gave you heads up that it's going to suffer? I'm confused. Like, we all knew. We all knew what was going to happen. He warned us, and we knew. I knew. Other fan channels knew. News reporters knew. Fan supporters knew. Like, how about we also realize this? Okay? Craven Cottage is a hard place to play yesterday. Nobody's talking about that. Actually, I did see that today. That is a tough place to play. Like I mentioned yesterday, hate all you want on Tottenham. Tottenham is still a club, and they had a good squad. Things just did not work out well with them like it did for United. But they beat Tottenham at home. They beat Liverpool at home. They drew Arsenal at home. Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, they beat at home. Fulham has always been a decent squad. We struggled to get those 1-0 wins with them, against them. We got lucky. So, here we are. So, we can also give credit to Fulham. I know I did yesterday, despite saying United were trash. And I did say during that, I said Fulham deserves credit. Fulham deserves what they did yesterday. They deserve the credit. They deserve the win. They played better than we did. But no, Ruben's got to go because his first 29 games, he has more games managed than he has for points. They're willing to keep adding in those games with him. So I saw someone post about Gary Neville, what he did at Valencia versus Ruben, and yada, yada, yada. Can we just give it a break? if Ruben, like, I'm hoping for it, and I know other fan channels are hoping for it. I know I'm like I said, I'm hoping for it. Others are hoping for it. I am hoping for a Premier League win with Ruben. It's the truth. We are hoping for it. We're all wanting it. The question is, all those that hate him, that want him gone, what are you going to do if he brought us the title? What are you going to do if he finishes top 4 this season, wins 2 trophies, and we're successful this season? What are people going to do? For real. Because, like I said, we want European football. The domestic trophies are going to be on a microscope. They're going to be needed. Carlsborough, FA Cup are important ones. They are. We need those to get European football because, again, as I mentioned before the Arsenal match, we're competing against Newcastle, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. Liverpool, Arsenal, and Chelsea are going to be tough matchups. In general, we face City and Chelsea in a month. That's what it is. We face those 2 in a month. We face Liverpool in a month and a half. So again, we're facing 4. We're facing some of the 4 best from last year. We faced the top 4 from last year. It's or at least some of the top. Yeah. So here we are. Like we're at a challenge here. Like, yeah, it's great that what we did against Arsenal, but and like I mentioned, consistency and United are distant relatives. They don't exist. They're just they just don't exist. But who am I to say all that stuff? But United fans, we have to have faith. You have to give it time. I wasn't going into this Manchester United season expecting a domestic trouble. I wasn't expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be way better than it was last season. Way better than last season. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting growth. I'm expecting to get better. I'm also expecting time, patience. But it's just going to take it. It's going to take time. So, but yeah, it's this whole thing with Bruno, Cunha, or not Bruno, Kobe, and Ruben just has to stop. Because I guarantee there isn't anything there between them. At the end of the day, the manager has to make the calls. Whether it's right or wrong in our eyes, it's not our decision to make. We don't dictate how Ruben's future is going to. Realistically, this fan base should not have to dictate. We can be as upset as we want, but it's not like everything that we need has to take time. Some people are already writing off the season after yesterday, which is hilarious. It's the truth. Like, people are writing it off. Fan channels, people, everyone is basically the train is starting now. It's all aboard on Ruben. The confidence, everything as well. Confidence in our captain, the relationship between manager and a player, which is now being pumped more than it ever should have been. It's yeah. And I know people are saying Bruno's going to be the reason why Ruben gets fired. For all we know, Ruben is the reason why Bruno leaves. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Bruno, because again, we need to see what goes on. We don't know what goes on behind those doors. Maybe maybe Ruben is saying something to Kobe. Maybe Ruben has said something to Bruno. Maybe Ruben has said to Bruno, you're on the hot seat. Maybe these 3 games are the Bruno test, because we brought in Embuemo and Cunha for a reason, to score and win. Bruno, after yesterday, you're again, we're gonna see things that need to be like we can't see, but maybe Ruben has the plan. Maybe Ruben has already said to Bruno, "You have these 3 games, and that's all you have." Maybe that's why he saw that yesterday. And then you see Saudi coming up too, and you hear the rumors that agents and everything have been asked or have been talking to behind their back. I think these games have just been trying to get them to find everything right. And then after the international break, when you don't have players away, though a majority of the players will be away, you're going to have players come back, and then you're going to have them say, hey, here we are. Here we are. This is what's really going to be happening now. Because we come back, we face City. The week after that, we're facing Chelsea. A couple weeks after that, we're against Liverpool. So I think we're going to start seeing the squad that Ruben's going to have start after the international break. It's the truth. I think that's what's going to happen after the international break. We're going to see the squad that everyone wants to see, and it could be minus a captain. That's what they're looking at to see after that international break. And I believe that's true. I believe exactly what that's going to happen is that those 3 games, these 3, and it's lucky that we got 4 because of second round for Carlos World Cup, but we're going to see everything that we're talking about. I expect that all those changes that we're expecting, we're wanting, is going to happen after that international break. So, United fans, please take time. Just be patient. Because again, we don't see what the plan is. We don't. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. This went longer than it should have. It really did. I shouldn't have made it go this long. Listen, I'm going to be back. I'm going to be now aiming to record my preview against Grimsby Town. First game in the Carlsborough Cup, second round. Yeah, I'm going to be really recording this literally after I get this episode released, and then I will probably get that preview out as well. Listen, I know it's not easy. I know it's going to take time, but we have to be patient. United fans, we do. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, whether it's on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Instagram, TikTok, the Red Devils Corner Kick Pod, and then RD Corner Kick Pod on X as well. Kind of making a sound of X, like X. But yeah. I know it's not easy at this time, but remember, it's just the second game. Things will get better. But yes. So yeah, new episode recording after I get this one set up, and then I will be back Wednesday after the game against Grimsby Town. So please keep an eye out for that. And then no episode, maybe an episode Thursday. Yeah, gonna do an episode Thursday, and do my Burnley preview, because we have Burnley on Saturday as well. So yeah, it's a busy week, to say the least, with 3 games in literally 7 days. So yeah, But yes, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your Tuesday as well. Enjoy the game as well. But yes, I'm off to record a new episode, and then I'll be back Wednesday with my post game episode as well, talking about the second round too. But yes, this is the Rebel Devils Corner Kick podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.